From blown head gaskets to exploding spark plugs, these engines turned dream cars into nightmares. From repair bills hitting $7,000 or more, to a V8 that couldn't decide how many cylinders to use, and an engine that earned the nickname Hook and Tow. These are the all-time worst car engines that drove their owners crazy. And trust me, number one will make you glad you're not a mechanic. Number 1, GM's Cadillac HT 4100 V8. Now this engine hit the streets in the early 80s, and let me tell you, it was a game changer. GM was trying to bounce back after their V8 6.4 flop, so they came up with this high-technology engine. Spoiler alert, it wasn't as high-tech as they thought. The HT 4100 V8 looked good on paper. It had a fancy throttle body fuel injection system and a lightweight aluminum block. But it was about as powerful as a hamster on a wheel. We're talking 125 horsepower. That is less than some modern day lawnmowers. But wait, because it gets better, this engine was leakier than a sieve. Head gasket problems? Check. Coolant leaks? You bet. Oil pump failures? Oh yeah. The HT 4100 V8 was so bad it earned itself a couple of nicknames. People called it the Hook and Tow, or the Have Two, as in you better have two because one's always in the shop. Now to be fair, if you babied this engine and changed the coolant religiously, you might have been okay. But let's face it, most people don't treat their car like that. The HT 4100 V8 was just too fragile for the real world. Next up on our hit list is the Ford 5.4-liter 3V Triton. This engine was supposed to be Ford's golden boy, powering everything from F-150s to Expeditions. But for many owners, it turned out to be more of a problem child. The 3V Triton had some good points. It was powerful, versatile, and could tow a house if you asked it nicely. But it also had a nasty habit of, well, braking. One of the biggest headaches was the camshaft phasers. Little gadgets were supposed to improve performance and fuel economy, but instead they ended up being the engine's weak point. When they failed, it was like your engine was trying to speak in tongues. Misfires, weird noises, you name it. Ford went through over 40 redesigns before they got it right, but the fun doesn't stop there. The 5.4-liter Triton also had a vendetta against spark plugs. In some models, the plugs would break off during removal. You'd go to change your spark plugs and suddenly you're playing a very expensive game of operation. And the timing chain guides? These things would wear out incredibly fast. And when they went, the timing chain would start slapping around like a fish out of water. Next thing you know, you've got metal shavings where there definitely shouldn't be any. To make matters worse, this engine was extremely sensitive to oil schedules. If you missed a few, you'd end up with some severe sludge buildup in your engine. Number 3, Oldsmobile 350 Diesel. The Oldsmobile 350 Diesel is the stuff of automotive legend, and not in a good way. Back in the late 70s, Oldsmobile had a bright idea. Let's make a diesel engine for cars. It'll be great. Well, it was not great. They started with their 350 gasoline engine and thought, how hard could it be to turn this into a diesel? Well, turns out pretty damn hard. The result was an engine that made a whopping 120 horsepower. But that's not even the worst part. This engine was extremely noisy and emitted excessive amounts of black smoke. It was like having a mobile pollution generator. The head gaskets on these engines had a tendency to fail prematurely. Why? Well, Olds use the same head bolt pattern as their gas engines. Turns out diesel engines need a bit more security in that department. And don't even get me started on the fuel system. They forgot to add a water separator in a diesel. That is like forgetting to put wheels on a car. Water in the fuel led to corrosion, causing severe internal engine damage. The Oldsmobile 350 Diesel was so bad, it actually led to the creation of lemon laws. This engine was such a stinker, it changed the legal system. Now that's what we call leaving a legacy. So just a quick timeout here, guys. Before we move on to the rest of the video, could we please ask you for a small favor? If you have enjoyed the content so far, could you take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel? Over 98% of viewers who watch our videos do so without subscribing. And it costs you absolutely nothing, but it is a really huge help to us, so thank you in advance. Number 4, Cadillac V8 6.4. Now, this engine was Cadillac's attempt to be clever during the fuel crisis of the early 80s, but it ended up being more of a headache than a breakthrough. The idea behind the V8 6.4 was pretty attractive. It was supposed to be a V8 that could shut off cylinders when you didn't need them. Like when cruising on the highway, the system would shut off some cylinders where your V8 would transform into a more efficient V6 or even a 4-cylinder. In theory, this would save gas and make your Caddy as efficient as a compact car. But in reality, it was about as smooth as a mechanical bull. The problem was the computer brain running this whole show was built on 1970s tech. It couldn't keep up with the demands of real-world driving. The result? Well, one second you're cruising. The next, you need to pass someone, and the engine is still trying to figure out how many cylinders it should be using. Customers were not happy campers. They'd bring their shiny new Cadillacs back to the dealer, and you know what the fix was? Disabling the whole system. They'd just turn it into a regular V8 and then call it a day. The V8 6.4 was so bad that Cadillac pulled the plug after just 1 year. It took decades before car companies were brave enough to try cylinder deactivation again. Number 5, GM 3.6 high-feature engine. The 3.6 high-feature engine first hit the scene in 2004, born from a team-up between Cadillac and Holden. GM had high hopes for this one. They slapped it into all sorts of vehicles, from Buicks to GMCs, even some sporty Cadillacs. When it worked, this engine was actually pretty impressive. The key phrase there being, when it worked. It was supposed to be GM's ticket to the big leagues, competing with the best from Europe and Japan. But there was just one tiny problem, the timing chain. Now, timing chains are usually pretty reliable, that's why many automakers use them instead of timing belts. But the ones in the 3.6 high-feature engine had a nasty habit of stretching. At first, you would just get a check engine light. No big deal. But then came the noise. A sort of rattling sound, especially when the engine was idling. That rattle was the sound of your wallet crying. If you caught it early, you were looking at a $3,000 bill to replace the timing chain. But if you ignored it, well, let's just say you might as well start shopping for a new engine. This wasn't some obscure problem affecting a handful of cars. It was widespread, hitting models from 2007 to 2010. GM claimed they fixed it by 2012, but by then a lot of drivers had already learned to fear the rattle. Number 6, Cadillac Northstar V8. The Northstar V8 hit the scene in 1993, and on paper it looked amazing. Dual overhead cams, all aluminum construction, up to 469 horsepower in some of the versions. This thing was supposed to put Cadillac on par with the best from Germany and Japan. And you know what? It was pretty darn good. Smooth, powerful, and sophisticated. The problem was keeping it working. The problem with the Northstar was its head gaskets, or more specifically, the bolts holding those gaskets in place. See, Cadillac used these fancy torque-to-yield bolts. They were supposed to stretch a little during installation for a better seal, but they didn't stop stretching. Over time, they'd keep on going, like a rubber band that never snaps back. The result? Leaky head gaskets, overheating engines, and some very unhappy Cadillac owners. Fixing it was not easy either. We're talking about pulling the entire engine out, installing new, beefier bolts, and then praying to the gods that it holds this time. The Northstar stuck around until 2010, which is pretty impressive for an engine with such a reputation. But for many Cadillac owners, it was a love-hate relationship. They loved the power and smoothness, but but hated the repair bills. So there you have it, everyone. 6 engines that drove their owners to the edge. Be sure to check back in again because we have only covered the tip of the iceberg when it comes to engines that turned out to be lemons. Now, if you enjoyed this video, then check out some of these because the YouTube algorithm thinks you'll love them.